Blake Shelton recently revealed if he will return to The Voice. Shelton had won the show 9 times before calling it quits. It is also where he met his wife, Gwen Stefani. He is eternally grateful for the experience and memories it gave him. Fans have been dying to see him back on the show. However, he finally revealed if that would ever happen again or not. Keep reading to find out. Blake Shelton recently revealed why he left the show in the first place. It seems Blake needed to get out once he was questioning who the judges were going to be and if they were going to stay the same. He could not even remember which season it was going to be. Blake revealed that the only way he would return to the show would be if the original coaches came back too. It would also only be for 1 season. NBC may have to get the original coaches back for 1 season, or even a sort of spin-off season on top of the normal season. The original coaches were Blake Shelton, CeeLo Green, Adam Levine, and Christina Aguilera. It seems that if Blake ever returned to the show, it would only be for 1 season. He also does not want to be on the show with newer judges. He would only do 1 season if the other original coaches agreed to as well. It seems it got to be too much when Blake ended up being the only original coach left on the show. Would you be interested in a season of only the original coaches? Or do you like how it is now better? Sound off in the comments below. For more than a decade, The Voice and Blake Shelton were practically synonymous. As a founding coach, Shelton brought humor, charm, and an unfiltered honesty that quickly made him a fan favorite. Over 23 seasons, Shelton's connection with both his team and the audience set him apart as a cornerstone of the show. When he announced his departure from The Voice in 2023, fans were heartbroken but grateful for the memorable moments he had given them over the years. However, since his exit, fans have been buzzing with a single question: will Blake Shelton ever return to The Voice? After a recent appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Shelton addressed this very question, giving fans insight into his post-Voice life and leaving the door slightly ajar for a potential return. So, could Blake Shelton be heading back to The Voice? Here's a look at what he shared about his decision, his life after the show, and his thoughts on a possible comeback. From the beginning, Shelton's easygoing, relatable personality resonated with viewers. He wasn't just a coach, he was a mentor, a friend, and sometimes even a father figure to contestants. With a knack for finding raw talent, Shelton led 9 contestants to victory, establishing himself as the winningest coach in The Voice's history. His passion for nurturing new artists, especially country singers, gave many rising stars their start in the industry, and his coaching style, unfiltered, humorous, and always encouraging, made him a beloved figure both on and off the screen. Shelton's chemistry with his fellow coaches became another highlight of his tenure on the show. His legendary banter with Adam Levine, the friendly rivalry with Kelly Clarkson, and his dynamic with John Legend and Gwen Stefani, his now wife, brought a unique energy that kept fans glued to their screens. It's safe to say that Shelton's presence added a special magic to The Voice, a magic that viewers and even his fellow coaches have missed since his departure. When Blake announced he was stepping down, he emphasized that it was a tough decision but one that felt right. After 23 seasons, he was ready for a new chapter in his life, one that would allow him to spend more time with his family, focus on his music, and explore new projects. But as fans know, Blake Shelton isn't one to rule anything out, and his recent comments suggest he might not be closing the door on The Voice entirely. Since stepping away from the show, Shelton has been enjoying a slower pace of life, one that he admits has been a refreshing change. His marriage to Gwen Stefani, whom he met on The Voice, remains one of his greatest joys, and the couple has been relishing the time they now have to spend together without the demands of Shelton's rigorous filming schedule. Shelton has also embraced his role as a stepfather to Stefani's 3 boys, finding joy in being more present in their lives. In his recent interview with Jimmy Fallon, Blake revealed how much he's enjoyed being at home, something he missed while working long hours on the show. "I'd been doing The Voice for 12 years. I think a lot of people don't realize how intense that schedule was," Shelton shared. "I loved every minute of it, but stepping away has given me a new appreciation for the quieter moments in life." He went on to say that, since leaving, he's been able to prioritize personal projects and explore his passions, like working on his ranch in Oklahoma, spending time with family, and, of course, making music. This time away from The Voice has also allowed Shelton to focus on his ongoing musical projects. His career as a country music artist is far from over, and he's been using this break to work on new material, hinting at an upcoming album that fans can look forward to. He's also ventured into a few side projects, including his Ole Red bar and restaurant chain and a TV show concept he's been developing, which he hinted at during the interview. When Jimmy Fallon finally asked him the big question, would he ever return to The Voice? Shelton laughed, saying, "Never say never." He explained that while he's happy with his life outside of the show, he does miss certain aspects of The Voice, particularly the camaraderie with the other coaches and the joy of discovering new talent. "Those kids, the contestants, that's what made it all worth it," Shelton said. "Watching them grow, seeing their dreams come true, it was incredible. I'd never say I'm done with it forever." This hint was enough to send fans into a frenzy, with many expressing excitement over the idea of Shelton making a return, even if just for a guest appearance or special season. Shelton also acknowledged that the door isn't entirely closed, especially when he sees the impact he's had on the show. "It's been really amazing to hear from fans who say they miss me on The Voice, and I think, well, maybe it wouldn't be so bad to pop back in at some point. It's just got to be the right timing." This admission showed that while he's content in this new phase, he still feels a deep connection to The Voice and to the fans who supported him throughout his run on the show. While a full-time return seems unlikely for now, Shelton left the door open to the possibility of coming back in a different capacity. During his interview, he mused about the idea of being a guest mentor or even stepping in for a single season as a special guest coach. "Who knows, maybe one day they'll call me up and I'll come in as a mentor," he said. "I'd love to help out again, even if it's just a one-time thing. There's something special about being part of that journey for these young singers." Given that Shelton's passion for nurturing new talent was one of the hallmarks of his time on The Voice, a mentoring role could be the perfect balance, allowing him to reconnect with the show without committing to the demanding schedule that comes with being a full-time coach. Fans have responded enthusiastically to the idea, with many hoping he'll return to bring his unique blend of humor, expertise, and warmth back to The Voice stage in some capacity. For now, Shelton is enjoying life off-screen, focusing on his family, his ranch, and his music career. Yet, his comments suggest that he's keeping his options open, and he clearly hasn't lost his love for The Voice. Shelton's legacy on the show remains strong, with fans and fellow coaches alike praising him as an unforgettable part of The Voice's history. Whether or not Shelton returns to The Voice, his impact on the show and on the contestants he coached will always be remembered. His departure left a gap, but his openness to the idea of a return even just for a cameo keeps fans hopeful. After all, The Voice wouldn't be quite the same without Blake Shelton's trademark laugh, his down-to-earth wisdom, and his undeniable dedication to his team. If he does return, it's safe to say that fans will welcome him back with open arms. For now, though, they can continue following his journey as he navigates this new chapter, content to know that the door to The Voice isn't completely shut. As Shelton says, "Never say never," and with a bit of luck, maybe we'll see him on that red chair once again.